Bloom, 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 bloom.
Pew, pew, pew. Hello, black screen. Yeah, so...
Which is kind of ironic because we've been giving a whole lot of class this week on how to use Streamlabs OBS, and I tried to get on live here this afternoon, and then mine was like, "Hey, Mister, I want to give advice about Streamlabs OBS. Check this out." Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
It was crazy.
And so we were in here jumping all around trying to get everything going, and woo! And then I forgot to put.
We don't have our banner up.
I forgot. You know what? Oh, you
Oh,
dirty
yes,
dog.
I did. What is that? Is that from the... That's from the window.
To
Look
the
at
wall.
across my chest. There's a window pane
let's not
right
bring
there.
it to your chest.
Well, I mean, it's pretty
So-
weird. Where's the banner? It's in the house.
It's in the house, still packed up.
Like this past week has been a whirl.
Nando's in the house. What's up, Nando?
It's been a whirlwind since last week. Like,
So, I'm just happy we got it up and going. And hold on, I gotta do this. I gotta put this on Do Not Disturb. Bam. Okay.
my hair is getting really long. I
Yeah?
didn't realize it the other day, but it's down to my bra strap.
Yep. Hey, look, my hair's getting long too. Watch. Woo! Woo!
Everybody said I see a beard forming.
Woo! So, wow. Let me tell y'all. Robin.
Yeah, I saw this. So real quick, look at this. Waiting for Big Bear to start.
So,
Love me some smudge.
Suburban, we're gonna get to that in a minute, but thank you for reminding me. And I'm very
coming.
glad to see you in the chat. But this last weekend,
Starting
Thursday, we left and went to Pennsylvania.
Right. We left Thursday at about 7:30.
Yeah. Thursday about, huh?
We left about 7:30 on Thursday
Yes.
at night.
Yes.
And we didn't get to
In
Pennsylvania.
the PM.
Right. We didn't get to Pennsylvania until
till
5:30 the next day on
the
Friday
AM.
morning.
I did most of the driving.
He did do most of the driving. And thank God for that because I... Not good at
I channeled my inner catfish. You want some cornbread?
So then the worst part was, though, we went to sleep, and, like, my body is programmed 6:30 to wake up. So come 6:30, I was back up again.
Stop. Beagle Family Fun. It's their first time here on the Big Bear Homestead.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Big Bear Nation. Feel free on Facebook. Kitty will put it up there in a minute. Feel free to ask to what's the word I'm looking for? Join.
You have to
Join
join
the Big Bear Nation on Facebook. Thank you so
Hey,
much for
Josh.
coming. I hope you have a wonderful time. If you have any questions, please put them in all caps. Remember, this is a family-friendly live stream.
Matthew,
Hart, what's up? So, made it to Pennsylvania. And if you guys were here last Saturday,
Yeah, we were at Two Family, and we talked a little bit about
talked
this.
a little bit about this.
Hey, Josh.
Got to spend time with
My 97-and-a-half-year-old grandmother.
her,
And
and I
my
was going to talk about Aunt Kimmy
aunt
first, and
and
then I was
uncles.
going to go. Then we went to the Myer Hatchery Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got to hang out with basically.
Show him your hair. Look at how it's like.
some cornbread? And so then we got to hang out with basically the way that I look at them as they've adopted you. And I'm along for the ride.
Yeah. Actually, really, what it is they've adopted our daughters.
Well, see, I wasn't gonna go there.
And we
I was
kind
gonna pretend somebody actually loved us, not just our kids.
No, it's our children.
And so, either which way, they are family.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom Using Farm in Arbor. What's up, my brother?
Three Stooges hair.
Leave my Three Stooges hair alone.
Anyway.
Then we beat feet, started to leave Ohio, called Jane Knoll 0 on the phone, and I was gonna be like, "Hey, homie, I want something to eat. I want some Biddles."
And really, what was funny is when we were down in Ohio, crossing over into Kentucky.
That's like his neighborhood.
We were like, we know where we are. We've been on this bridge. Like, we knew, and we were like, he's right there. But we could never get him to answer the phone.
Mm-hmm. And so, he didn't answer. So, what's up, Dad? Amy Flo?
Amy, what's up? 39 weeks in a day. I'm really enjoying her videos and her Instagram posts because she's cleaning and doing all this stuff, and like she's not even letting it phase her one bit.
I remember,
which is not surprising because
you
she's
never really, you haven't left the nesting syndrome. Nope, not one bit. You haven't left not one bit. You haven't left it at all.
Quit. I will whoop you in front of God and everybody here.
Anyway, Jane Knoll was fishing, and so he finally got back to us after we were off of, basically.
Thank you, Amy.
And Dee's in the house.
What's up?
And
Dee's been busy today.
And so he finally called me, and he was like, "Yeah, nice notice." And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm sorry, my bad." And so we went through Kentucky, and we
seemed like forever.
It's like when you go into Kentucky, it's like you're on a treadmill.
Well, and then Virginia was the same way.
And we were going to try to figure out how to dip over and surprise Kitty and Tanya, but it was like way over that way, and according to some of our connections.
Well, and the biggest thing, and then we're going to figure this out next time. Like, we've learned, this trip taught us that instead of getting the vehicle early, because even though we got the vehicle at 12, they didn't pack the vehicle until like 5, like 4:30.
Because it was raining.
So there was no reason to have the vehicle early, even though I've tried to get them the last 2 times to have the vehicle ready when I get home and we could just go. That doesn't happen.
It was raining.
No, it wasn't. So
it wasn't raining when you got home.
So the biggest thing is that in order for it to be a full day, if you pick it up at 12, you have to have it back by 12. Well, we had to book it. And I woke up at 7:30 that next morning, even though we had been up since.
You're skipping a whole person. You're skipping my homie. And so we made it through the treadmill of Kentucky and Virginia, and we landed in the good land of Tennessee. Even though Tennessee got some crazy folks in there. Some of y'all know who I'm talking about. Some people talk too much. Spread lies and anyway, so made it to Tennessee, and we stopped in, and I called Single Dad Homestead, and I was like, "Hey, you want some company?" Which was AKA, "Hey, I'm tired, I need a place to crash." And he was like, "Yeah, come on." And
he was such an awesome host.
And so, no.
Yes.
No, just stop.
Yes,
he wasn't an awesome host. His little girl.
Elin is an awesome host. No.
Anyway.
I won't even let you do that.
Anyway, he said, Y'all gonna have to meet me at the Walmarts
And follow me.
and follow me.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
He's like, GPS won't take you to my house. Okay.
And so we met him at the Walmart. We got to meet Miss Elin for the first time.
He was so funny. He's like, all right, follow me. See that mountain over there? Yeah.
One of these days we gonna climb that.
He's like, we're going to the top of that one right there.
Oh no, I got a lot to say about it, Kitty. It's just.
We're hoping. Okay, so we're.
Wait a minute. No, she addressed me.
Okay,
She
fine.
addressed me.
Because you don't know what I was gonna say.
What
but
you gonna
it's
say?
fine. Nothing.
Do you even know what she's talking
Absolutely nothing. Yes.
about? What's she talking about?
Because she said you were scared to meet her. I
Okay,
saw
so
that.
you know what I'm talking about. All right, say what you're gonna say. Say it. Say it. Say it.
I will. I'm gonna stab you.
So,
Kitty, if you look at the map from where we are to Missouri when we're going to Hannibal, it looks like.
we're coming right.
No, we're not going to go right through, but I think because we're going to have to take 2 days to get there anyway, I don't think it would be too far out of our way to go to. It's Louisville, right? Aren't they close to Louisville?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think it's not too far out of our way to go to Louisville. So we may catch up with y'all in August if that's okay. We're hoping. We've been very fortunate. Just about everywhere we go, there's somebody that'll let us like crash in their parking or in their driveway or on a couch or something. So
No,
we've
now see,
been
I'm scared
very
too.
fortunate.
No, look, I'm gonna flat out admit it. Kitty and Tanya, and then that means Anita would show up. And
No, she wouldn't. She's all the way in Arkansas. She's not gonna fall.
Anita shows up there. Like, see, you don't even know. And no.
She
No,
said
I'm not
August
spending
is
that.
fine by me. You have to check with the boss lady. Yeah, where is the boss lady, by the way? I don't see her in here.
So.
Clearing my voice. Meetup?
We just had one. You didn't show up.
Yeah, we had one over. Oh, God. Anita, Sub, Vina, all in one place, plus
Yep.
Tanya and I.
Bandana Grandma in the house.
Hey, Bandana Grandma. Don't worry about Jason replying. I've been in here almost 10 minutes commenting. He still hasn't said hello to me. Uh-oh. So we went to Tennessee. Chris has.
Hello, dear, from across the pond. I'm sorry I did not acknowledge you in the chat. It's just, I'm very excited. I've been trying to tell the same story for 15 minutes and haven't been able to tell it. But you know that Robin and I love you very much. So, we get to the Walmarts, and he's like, we got to go to the top of that mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, cool. Okay, my papaw and nanny lived in the mountains. They lived in the Blue Ridge Mountains. If you go through Virginia, you know where Galax and Independence is. They lived in a little town called Maltha Wilson. 90% of the McGrady's live in that area. That's my people. That's my clan. And so I'm used to the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Don't look over the side. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. And so this one over here, and the really cool thing about the new Dodge, this was cool. Sidetrack. Ooh, squirrel.
It was 10 o'clock at night, by the way, y'all. It was
Yes.
pitch black dark, just so you know.
It was dark. It was like, hello. Anyway. And
that's cool. Sub said she grew up not far from where he lived.
And so every time I would turn sharp, I haven't figured it out. They either had a second headlight in there that would turn on, or the headlight itself would turn with the car. Very cool. And so we were going. This one looked over to the side, and she went, "Oh Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus."
There's
Jason,
no shoulder.
Just
There's
stay
no
on the road, Jason.
No
Jason,
shoulder.
please,
No
please stay on the
guardrail,
road, please.
no
Watch what
nothing.
you're doing, Jason. Watch what you're doing. Just slow down. Slow.
And literally,
I'm doing 5 miles an hour.
No, you're not. And literally, the road's like this, and then it just falls off. Like there's nothing. And so I'm like, Jason, just like For real. Like,
she said the
my
Lord's
butt is getting tickled by the grass.
She said the Lord's prayer, the Serenity prayer, the prayer from AA, the prayer from narcotics. She was saying every prayer she ever heard. Her Catholic came out. She started doing Hail Marys the whole 9 yards.
Hey, Green Dream Project and Keto Country, nice, cool.
And so, we get to his house.
Well, the thing is, she's saying I hate heights. I couldn't see heights, so like you couldn't,
You could just see the fall.
All you could see. All I could literally see, because there was lights on the mirrors, on the sides of the mirrors. So it was pointing down to where you could see, like, just, maybe 5 to 10 feet off of the side of the car. And so I'm, like, looking over, and you can see fresh blacktop, and then nothing. What?
There is a name I haven't seen in the chat in a long, long time.
Who?
Recycle Cottage and Gardens.
Yes. Haven't seen him in a while.
What's up? Oh, bear hug. Haven't seen you in a while.
It was very nerve-wracking. Just because, partially because I couldn't see too far down, so I didn't know just how far down we were really going. But anyway, so we get there, and he's got fresh pork chops that have just been processed.
Yeah, he got good food. Okay, but I'm gonna talk to you straight up, dude. I'm a straight dudism right here. This is a man's house. Okay, it's completely off the grid. He's building this mamma jamma, boom, and it is.
It's nice.
It awesome's not even that. I don't think they've got an English word for the level of craftsmanship in this house. His stairs are made from cedar trees, and it's literally like chunks of the tree where he did it with a draw knife.
Is it cedar?
I think it's cedar.
No,
it's either cedar or birch.
I don't know, but I don't think it's cedar because it wasn't red. But anyway, it's like full posts that are like trees that he's cleaned up, and I mean the whole thing is just beautiful. He's got tongue and groove flooring, and I mean and he's utilizing like his space very wisely. Like he's taken crates and he's hung them up on the wall to use as cabinets instead of having actual cabinets. He's got burlap. I mean, he's got all kinds of things. Has he done his tour yet?
Mm-mm.
Okay, then I'm not going to tell you anymore, but he's got some really cool stuff going on.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we kind of need to stop talking.
Okay.
But anyway, he's got a lot of really cool stuff
going
on.
I mean,
yeah.
It could have been single dad, homestead that we were talking
But it was
about,
really
or it
neat to stay. He had, I don't know how many people saw my Facebook post about playing peekaboo with the moon, but we were sitting out on his porch, and you could see from the top of the mountain, you can see a line of trees, and then there was the moon, like right there. And it was the most serene and peaceful, like it was awesome.
But I am so jelly of one thing, and we started trying to remedy that this week. He can walk, 75 yards from his front door and catch trout.
Something like that, yeah.
I mean, it's not even a football field. Mm-hmm. And he can walk out there and just...
Yeah, right across the street.
Yeah. Beautiful creek going down the side of...
And he's close to some wildlife management stuff too, so it's pretty, it's a beautiful area. So we went there, then we woke up the next morning, we got a tour with the lights on, with the sun on, so we could see everything, and it's beautiful, it's breathtaking up there.
And so we got home, because we didn't have anything else. Yeah, nothing else happened on the way.
No, we coasted all the way down the mountain, and then we got into my area where I travel for work, and so I knew the terrain, at that point. So I was.
And we were on a tight time schedule, so we just texted the hollers and said, honk honk, beep beep, can't stop, but we're in your neighborhood, love you, bye.
Yeah.
And we got some hand waving emojis, and we beat feet to the house.
Yeah.
We got to the house, got the truck unloaded,
Mm-hmm.
and
Turned around and took it right back.
turn around. Robin and Blaze took it back. I ran in here. I was going to edit all the footage that we took from the time that we left until
Time we pulled in the driveway.
to the time that we got back.
Yeah.
And I put all of the footage in, and I pulled it up, and like 90% of it, no audio.
No audio.
And so I was like, I gotta be doing something wrong. It's gotta be me. I'm tired. I'm gonna leave it alone till Monday or Tuesday, because that was Monday. I got up here Tuesday, fully recharged, ready to go. Did my schoolwork.
Yep.
Bam.
Tried to re-edit.
Tried to get it again.
Nada.
No audio. And I got livid. I was heartbroken.
He was so upset. That's why we haven't had any videos all week. Like, he is just like, I'm not even touching a camera. Like, I'm just not.
I mean, it literally...
Is that what happened to the back box video, too?
I was literally, completely, utterly heartbroken over it. No, the bat box video is coming.
Yeah.
It's just, when we don't have rain, I've got to jump on stuff outside, and when we have rain, that's when I'm going to be
Well,
doing
and the problem is, when we're doing the rain, when they have the rain out in the shop, it's a tin roof, so it's really loud.
Yeah.
The rain that we've had lately has been like buckets just dumped on the roof, so it's really loud.
Plus, I need plywood now.
So anyway,
Lots
this
of
week's
plywood.
been kind of like trying to recuperate from that touch and go.
Well, I mean, it was completely devastating.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was trying to figure out why I didn't have any audio. And then so I started trying to do more. Said, okay, I'll just use that footage as B-roll.
Do a vlog.
And I'll do a vlog talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I'd go to video with the GoPro, I wouldn't get any audio. And so I literally started spending most of the day, Tuesday and Wednesday, researching what it was. And come to find out, this stinking GoPro, you have to update GoPros. Didn't know that. And now my big challenge is trying to get the GoPro to talk with the stupid phone. And for some reason, they're mad at each other. They're having some type of a lover spat. They won't marry up. And so, in Two Families live stream the other night, I think it was Thursday. We were talking about it. And one of Two Family subs said that they were going to help. They sent me an email. I just got to get back on with them, and email them and try to get it updated.
What you said?
Get it updated so we can start putting out videos again.
Mm-hmm.
So the goal is for Monday to have a video out.
Oh. Wonderlust, what's up?
So
I recorded some Scottish songs, me singing, but when I put them in the computer, the song was terrible. There was something wrong because I have a beautiful voice singing in the shower.
yeah, and see, where did it go? Oh,
well, we got a or a mic adapter.
Yeah, we went out and we purchased this fancy case, and then so I could use my Rode mic, we purchased this
adapter.
Crazy.
Hey, Niana.
Adapter, right here. Okay, this adapter here was like $50. And there's some update that has to go in the GoPro to make them talk to each other. It's almost like a GoPro is almost like Zsa Zsa Gabor or something. He just doesn't want to talk to anybody. And
Hero 3. I don't know anything about a Hero 3. It doesn't even have a screen or a viewfinder. I need to figure out how to use it.
Mine is a Hero bandana grandma. Mine's a Hero 5 black. I love it. I love vlogging with it, because I can vlog in 4K, which
nice
gives me
and clear and it's
big,
wide.
and it gives me, you know, a big thing. That way when I pull it in post, I can bring it back down, and then I can move my settings, or I can move my image to exactly where I want it, so it's not, I'm not like this, or, you know, like this. I'm centered in the screen. And but I just got to figure out how to update this to get this audio right. Mm-hmm. And it really was a kick in the guts this week with that, and yeah,
so it's been
rough. Kind of a rough week.
Yeah.
Dealing
and
with
then
that.
with on top of that, being tired, trying to figure out the rest of the week, I had to, you know, do my normal traveling. And so, you know, I was on the road 3 days plus the day that we traveled, and so it was a rough week for us all the way around. So, but we had a chance to kind of relax and de-stress today.
Well, the girls and I
dirt therapy in a different way
started it, and really it started at Single Dad Homestead's place. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I got super jealous that he could walk right out onto his property and go trout fishing.
Yeah.
And I got to thinking to myself, I've got a creek. Mm-hmm. Why don't I have trout in my creek?
Because it's not deep enough.
And so we went to look at, well, it's deep in some places, but we started looking around, and then the girls were like, let's make a swimming hole. And then Ladessa was like, let's do some bushcrafting. And then Carol was like, yeah. And so it was on. And so we went out to the back in some parts of our creek, and we started where there was little waterfalls, real tiny ones. We started blocking it off to make it a bigger waterfall.
Right.
And not from everything that I read, that the rainbow trouts and stuff, they can handle up to like 75 degrees. And their ideal is like 65. And from what we gathered yesterday and today, the water in the creek is about between 65 and 70.
The thing is that it's probably cooler than that. It's the area down there. It's all shaded. It's very shaded down there. So like today, it was 85 degrees here, 87, somewhere around in there. But I guarantee you, it was like 70. And the thing is, what was crazy is that we were trying to cool off from when we rode down through to where it was 85, 87 degrees. Then we get down into where the creek was, and it was like you didn't even need to cool down. And then we got in the water, and the water's freezing because there's no sun beating down on you. So, you know, it's nice down there. It's very... very relaxing. There's a lot of mud.
Yeah, there's a lot of mud. Somebody plays with mud.
Our water's lucky if it hits 60. Yeah.
A lot of mud somebody plays with and throws it.
And moss. I like moss too.
Yeah. And so we're going to build a couple of different waterfalls in there.
That's what we did today, a little bit.
And so that way it helps aerate the creek again and again and again. Ooh. And then it'll also help back up and make it deeper in some areas. Mm-hmm. And
red clay.
And then we're going to start purchasing when we can afford it. We're going to put it in the budget and start purchasing some trout.
Some fingerlings, yeah.
And start stocking it in different areas, and then just let them have that.
Yeah, he said, I've seen the pictures on Instagram of the kids in the water. Yeah, that was the other day when we were down. They were down there while I was at work. And then we went down today. Excuse me, sorry. We went down today, and that 2 hours wore me out. We were down there for 2 hours, and we were building up the dam and putting more mud in there and more moss, scraping moss off of things and moving stuff around and cutting down trees and, you know, to make a make a dam. We were being beavers.
Being beavers.
We were being beavers. So it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of good times, but it's just it's just tiring.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward. We're gonna go back out there tomorrow. We're gonna build a little fire ring so we can have lunch while we're down there.
Lunch and dinner, yep.
So we're looking forward.
So hopefully we'll have some footage of that. And let's see, what else? You wanted to say something to Chris. What was it? You wanted to thank him about something.
Oh, so while we were getting to know Chris, even while he was here, we were talking about how Carol, and some of y'all may know this, Carol doesn't like to wear shoes at all. Like, since the day she was born, she's been throwing shoes off. She can't stand them. And one thing that we've noticed over time is this part of her foot, is that the ball of the foot? Her foot is very wide at the top. And we both believe that is because she walks on her tippy toes. And so as she's grown, it's grown out. So we the thing is that we're trying to get her to wear shoes, because what happens is you need a tripod fire set. Yes, we actually do.
Yes.
So what happens is, like the other day, Gizmo was out and he was down in the woods, and Carol just took off, bare feet and all, and she's down in the briars, down in places where there could be snakes, whatever, and she's barefoot, and she does this all the time. And so I was telling Chris about that, and he was like, have you ever thought about moccasins? And I was like, that might be an option, because at least it would give her...
I know. Look who's in the chat.
Rent to grown.
Rent to grown.
What's up, Claire?
What's up?
So basically, he was like, have you ever thought about... thank you, Claire. Have you ever thought about moccasins? And I was like, that might not be a bad idea. Well, we fast forward a little bit. We get back home, and I needed a couple of new shirts for work. And so we have a really good Goodwill here in town. It's just came within the last year, and they have a lot of really, really good stuff. And so I went in there looking for me, and I always look for the girls anyways, just to see, because right now they're so fast growing through shoes that's kind of one of the things. So I was looking, and they had some moccasins that had not rubber, but like have a bottom on them, not just the leather. And sure enough, they were Carol's size. So I grabbed them. They're like $5.
Absolutely love these.
Yeah, but I made those.
Yes. You need to make me the big, tall boot ones.
Well, that's
too.
what I'm thinking for Carol. I think if we made some for Carol that were boots, like that would be amazing, because then she could go out in the pasture. I mean, like, she could wear them anywhere.
You need to make some for Josh to pay my blacksmith bill.
Yeah. So basically we introduced them to her, and I was like, I don't know if these, and of course she's really funny about her shoes being too tight because her feet are wide. So normal shoes, it's really hard to find her normal shoes. But I knew these moccasins were leather, so I knew they would stretch a little. So she went to put them on. She's like, they're too tight. I was like, just wear them a couple of days. I promise you they'll stretch to fit your foot. Okay. Well, now, I mean, she wears them all the time. So what I was saying is I wanted to thank, even though he's not in here right now.
He had what happened today.
Definitely want to give him credit for that, because that was that's always been a thing of mine. Like, I'm really not happy about her not wearing shoes, but I definitely wanted to thank him for that, because she's now starting to at least wear the moccasins to where she's at least got something protecting her foot, because there's nothing fun about having to dig a briar out of her foot. And the problem is because she wears nothing on her feet, the top part of her foot is just calloused. I mean, it's a big, huge callus. So, she starts to, and like, she likes to wear high heels because she's already standing like that anyway. So to her, that's comfortable. wearing tennis shoes like Converse or something is not very comfortable to her. So
I want to make some.
I just thought that was.
I want to make. If it depends on how many deer I stick this year.
Jason, those are fancy pants.
You leave my comfy pants alone.
I made those.
Yep, Robin made these. These are my hot pepper pants. My hot pepper pants. Got
your hot pants.
We literally just came back from being down there in the creek. We jumped in the shower real quick and threw on some clean clothes and came out here and started getting stuff ready.
That's why I'm in comfy pants too.
And but depending on how many deer I stick this year, Josh will try to make mine, and then we have to trace your foot, and then we'll try to make yours.
When I was a teen 100 years ago, fringe moccasin booties were all the rage. I lived in mine, along with my embroidered bell bottoms and long straight hair. Yeah, I believe it. I
could see that.
Yeah, I could see that, definitely.
And so,
but I think it would be cool for her to have, I think it would be really cool for her to have those boots, so.
No, we can't go off of your size. We have to trace your foot.
Yeah, in order to make the pattern.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway.
So, let's see.
Because that's how I made Jason's.
Yep. So the video elk hide works better. So this week everybody knows, let me back up for a second. Excuse me, I got something caught in my throat again. Everybody knows that my goal is to be at 200 pounds or less by the Homesteaders of America conference. When I started this, I was 260 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I am now 240, between 238 and 240. LaDessa has taken it upon herself.
What's up? Did you tell him to get on here?
Uh-huh. I told him you was talking about him.
Oh.
LaDessa has taken it upon herself to help me reach said goal.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we might have the possibility of being able to go to Utah for a veterans hunt with Single Dad Homesteading and Jeremiah from Roots and Refuge on an elk hunt. And LaDessa is super stoked about that. And
I'm not going to recognize anyone at HOA. Hey, what's up, Mimsy?
And
up,
so LaDessa has put me, not only am I on the keto diet, and she has been very strict about that with me, she's also now put me on a workout regimen. Now this is how my workout regimen goes. We wake up in the morning, Robin takes her bath to get ready for work. I come out back, and if you've ever been to my house, you know my back steps.
Suburban, you're absolutely right.
And so I have to go up and down said steps for 20 minutes. Then after that, I eat breakfast, take my bath, and then we come out and I shoot my bow. Now I'm down to 3 arrows because I kind of split some. So I do basically 7 sets, 7 sets of 3. I shoot 21 arrows. And I'm not shooting into 3D target anymore because Blaze, for Father's Day, bought me one of those cubes that just have the bullseyes on it, and they're all over the place. And I tell you what, I'm still hitting the kill zone, but to try to hit a little yellow dot on a big yellow bag, everything kind of blends in. It was kind of challenging. I'm hitting it now, but for the first
couple of days.
15, 20 arrows. It was hard. I was hitting in the green all around the bullseye, but couldn't hit the bullseye. So now we've hit the bullseye.
Does this workout involve Eye of the Tiger? Yes. Yes, it does. Hey, and, Brian Bowles.
And so I then, after that, I come in here and I do my schoolwork. That takes me up to about 10.
Good job, Mary.
10:30. Then my little motivator comes in. Come on, Daddy, we got to go.
Let's go take a walk.
And so then we walk from up front, in front of the house, all the way to the back of the house and back, or to the
back pasture.
Back pasture,
back
down
fence.
around the creek to check out everything.
And come back.
Come back up. Overall, it's about half a mile.
Yep.
Come back. I eat lunch. I do another set with the bow.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's out working on the homestead.
Homestead, right.
Right now, we've got a couple of big projects we're trying to do. And we'll cover that in the vlog tomorrow. We'll be filming it tomorrow. It should be out on Monday. I don't know. I may try to get it out tomorrow too. I don't know. Anyway, I digress. And so then I'm out doing manual labor.
Real quick, if Homestead Dad's still here, he said he was getting kicked out. We were talking before you came in. We were talking about how you had recommended Carol wearing moccasins, and we went and bought her a pair, and that's all she's been wearing all week. And so I just wanted to thank you for suggesting that, because it's the first time that my daughter's worn shoes more than 5 minutes a day. So that's all I was. That's why we were talking about you.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
And so by then, it is time. Dinner should be almost ready. Robin's coming home. Then we eat dinner. I go out and I shoot my bow for the third time.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, I'm up and down those steps for another 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's time.
Then it's time
for bed.
For bed.
Or
yeah.
bath and bed.
Yeah, bath and bed.
Yeah.
Exhausted. So, yeah.
Yep. Bandana Grandma, please go through our link.
She can you can't use your own link, can you?
I don't think so. No, you can't, because we would have done it. We'd been millionaires.
Sorry.
Right now.
I have to move my feet.
So that's how I'm losing my weight.
Mm-hmm.
Robin says you can tell on my face. I can't see it. Of course, I look at that ugly thing all day long.
Yeah, no, you can. You can tell. Like April was saying, you're starting to look a little light in your feathers. So you considered raising goats. That's a sore subject here.
yes, we have, and we'll probably do it again. But when we first started homesteading way back, and we had a couple of bad experiences.
He's growing it.
A couple of bad experiences with goats, and so now Robin's gun shy.
Well, the very first one we had some females, and we had a billy, and just the billy was just horrible. Like, he would pin Blaze up against trees, like it was bad. But with them, we didn't really have. Well, we did. We had an issue with them getting out. They would jump fences, and the funny part is we had Bahia, and our neighbor had Bahia. He would jump the fence, literally on the other side of the fence, eat the same Bahia seed off of the tops of the Bahia grass, and just look at us like, what? And one time Jason asked the guy, he's like, do you do anything different over here? Like, you have a different fertilizer or something? He's like, well, that's where I pee, so it might be that. But anyway, so we ended up getting rid of them. I just was not feeling it. Like, the girl, we would try to milk her, and she was just bad. I mean, it was just, I don't know if we just didn't know enough about goats, and we just ended up with some crappy goats or whatever, which is very possible. Then when we came up here, we had somebody who let us kind of rent their goats for a little while. They needed a place for them to stay, and we could use the clearing out. So we did that, but it was miserable. Like, they got out all the time.
Well, that's not fair, because they were never really in anything. They were tethered. And it's not that they didn't got out. They got the tether locked up to everything.
Doesn't matter. They still are ridiculous. They're hard to control. At least for us, or for me, I had such bad experiences with them that I just had no interest in. The thing is that people always want them for clearing out stuff, but I'm going to tell you, my pigs do an awesome job of doing that. And so I am okay with having pigs instead of goats. Now, yes, everybody says that you can do goat's milk. You can milk goats, but we have a cow. She's going to be in milk here after a while.
Death Row Joe wants to know, despite the cons of raising them, is goat's milk a good alternative to cow's milk for cooking?
I don't even know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
We just drank it.
Yeah.
I enjoy my raw cow's milk better than I did the goat's milk.
Right, Green Gables? And there's bacon. Just saying.
The only reason why I would get goats, again, would be to clear some of the areas that I just don't want to go in and clear. Mm-hmm. And I do enjoy goat meat. So I would get more meat breeds than I would milk, even though I do like feta. So
this is true. To me, that would just be a bartering thing. Yeah. Like, it would just be, we have this, we'll find somebody who has goat's milk, and then, trade it. I've already wanted to kind of do that just for soap. I'd like to be able to find somebody who's got goat's milk. Well, we found somebody, but they won't.
They don't want to trade.
They don't want to trade. So anyway, so that's kind of where we're at as far as goats go.
They don't even want to sell it to us.
I just don't, I don't have, I've gotten accustomed to us not getting phone calls from the sheriff's department that our animals are out.
And again, that's a ghost talking. I don't think we would have that issue here. But this is a big debate between Robin and I.
I want to trade for half a cow.
Where do you live, Dixie Living Homestead? We can talk.
I think they're in California. I mean,
if you're in
Carolina,
California, I can't help you.
Carolina or Georgia. I think they're somewhat close. I think that was the family that was going to come to the gathering and couldn't last minute. I think they're not far.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can work something out.
Yeah.
Martin, Georgia. Yeah, we can work something out. If you want to come up here and pick up half a cow when we take it to butcher, we can work something out. I'm always open to trade.
Always.
I like barter and trade better than I do with worthless paper money anyway.
Yep.
Beach Family Homestead, what's going on? Two Family says we have a dog to trade. No. No. No.
Yeah, they're like 31 miles. Oh, they're not far from...
Not far from what?
They're kind of on the way from when I go to one of my customers. I'm going there Monday.
Oh, okay. Maybe
I have to go to East Denali on Monday, so it's gotta kind of go right through them to get there.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Loma Acres, what's up?
And let's see, what else is there from this week?
Oh my gosh, cucumbers. Just saying.
Yes. It's time to start making some pickles. Yeah.
You know, I thought we made enough pickles last year, but you know what that little heifer's been doing in there?
She been eating them.
She's been making fried pickles. She's
Yes,
been
she
making
has.
deep fried pickles.
It's so good.
And they are amazing. And so she's been using up all of our
Pickles.
pickles. So
Because she's not, because she's making them keto friendly because she's using
Almond flour.
Almond flour. And they're
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, so we're gonna make, and then we're gonna try to ferment some. Really cool recipe I found said that you can use grape leaves, and the tannins that are in the grape leaves will actually help to ferment the pickles. So I am, I pickled a box of cucumbers today, and I only have 8 plants. I think we probably have twice that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, maybe twice.
Ooh,
that.
make chow chow.
Yeah, we could do that too.
Yep.
Well, another thing.
Oh, hold on. One of the things that you are going to do for me this year, or there is going to be some straight up WWE in this house, and I'm not even afraid to admit it on live stream, that I will act like a 3-year-old and throw a temper tantrum if you don't make me some pickled radishes.
You have to weed the radish. I'm not pickled radishes. Oh, I thought you were gonna say pickled okra. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you're gonna make some of that too.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to make pickled radish, but we gotta plant them first. We were supposed to do that today.
That's because you guys
Isn't that
ate them all.
So, yeah. So you ferment them with muscadine vines. So that's what we're gonna, or muscadine leaves. That's what we're gonna do. So I heard y'all were one of the first homesteaders on YouTube. Yes.
That is correct.
A long time ago. Like 2011. Anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna make some pickled okra. We got a lot of okra plants coming up. Really funny story. So when we were doing okra last year, we had they had the burgundy okra and the Perkins long pod okra.
Yes.
So when we went to do to family, that's why you put the leaves in there. It's supposed to help them stay crisp. So anyway, we had those 2 types of okra. Well, when they went to save the pods, they didn't separate them out. So when we went to do our seed, we didn't know whether it was burgundy or the long pod.
We literally labeled it okra.
So we've basically have like 2 full rows of
It
okra.
looks like they're all burgundy.
No, they're not. And one really funny story, they must have dropped a couple of seeds in some of them, just for good measure. And there's one plant where it's burgundy and it's green coming up at the same place. So I was like, oh, we're going to have both. So that's pretty cool.
That's going to cross-pollinate.
So I went out today to do some weeding and found some little tomato plants that were like, help, help. So I pulled back all of the weeds and found the little tomato plants. So hopefully they'll start taking off here soon.
Yeah, Beach Family, it's definitely going to be a cross.
Yeah, it'll be a cross of some sort. It would be really cool if the cross would actually go towards the long pod but be burgundy.
Yep. And then we'll name it J-Rob Okra.
Anyway, so we've got all that going on.
I got some J-Rob for you.
We've got more eggplant coming.
Those eggplants.
We picked our first.
Oh, you picked it?
Yeah, we picked the first Ichiban eggplant, and then the white eggplant. So that's really cool. We've got a lot of tomatoes about ready to start turning soon.
See, they like the name.
Great name, yeah. So we also, our pole beans, holy cow, they're growing so long that they're going over the trellis and growing back down the trellis on the other side, on both sides. So that should be interesting when it's time to start picking beans.
And the other thing that's very interesting is because you guys know that Supersod, with their Soil Cube, was a big sponsor of getting this Grow Foods Not Lawns project going.
Between them
and so
Baker Creek.
we also make our own compost here. And so one of the things that we done is we set up 1 raised bed with the Soil Cube and one raised bed with our compost.
Yep.
We did that in the 2 long ones and did the vertical gardening with the Kentucky Wonder pole beans, some radishes, some lettuce, and some spinach.
Goat ate her cucumbers. That stinks.
And so, at first, with those particular plants, it looked like my compost was literally outperforming the soil cubed, and I was kind of like, whoa. And the only thing that I can think of is that some of the compost wasn't fully decomposed, and it still had chunks of wood,
like mulch,
and stuff in there. And so when we were watering it, that was holding the water,
right,
and then slowly releasing it, where the soil cube was full compost.
And the reason we hadn't completely mulched everything is because we are doing it from seeds. So we're waiting for everything to come up out of the ground good before we could mulch everything.
Yeah.
So I think the mulch was really a big deal with the heat, because we had those really, really, really hot days, and I think it didn't want to do anything.
And so, but now you flip it over after everything's been mulched. Now the soil cube side is just totally outperforming.
That's the one that's growing up and over, going all the way over the other side. Yeah.
Now we also did a companion planting raised bed, where we did a pizza garden. Mm-hmm. Now, what is a pizza garden? A pizza garden is a tomato plant in the center, pepper plants in corners, oregano in corners, garlic and onion down some sides, and cross here also, any which way you want to do it. We did those. My compost, soil 3. It's not even a competition, y'all.
No, the tomato plant for ours is like this big, and the tomato plant for the soil 3 is like this big.
It's come up out of the cage.
Outside of the bed. Like it's taken over the entire bed.
Yeah.
It's laying on top of the basil.
That was the other one.
Yeah, it's laying on top of the basil. It's covered the oregano. Like, it's massive.
Yeah.
So
the basil in there is like
super big.
Super big. In mine, it's like itty basil.
Yeah. And
So,
the same thing we did one with purple basil too, and it's the same thing. The purple basil in one is like this, and the purple basil in the other one's like massive.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if how many of y'all know Green Dream Project, but he's got a little video series about sunken beds. And now, I don't live in the desert like he does, but
hey, Anita,
it may be, and y'all need to go check out the video about what they are, how to make them, all that stuff. There's like 2 or 3 videos. It's really got me thinking for my old row bed garden that I might knock a couple of those in next year.
What is it?
Just to see what happens. Anita! The sunken bed. The one I was telling you about.
Yeah.
And so, y'all going over to Green Dream and check those videos out. And then come back in this live stream and tell me what you think.
So, the tinker's wife said, you need fennel and basil for pizza. 2 oregano plants is going to be a lot of oregano. We use a lot of oregano. We use Italian seasoning.
We have basil in there.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily agree with the fennel.
Yeah. Fennel is too... It's more like
I only use fennel for my sausage.
Sausage, yeah. But, anyway.
But that's to each his own.
Yeah. Might be good to play with.
So, if I play with it and I have lots of success, I'm going to be talking a lot about him. Because
I'm working with somewhat sunken beds this year. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Our problem is still, and we ran into this today, like you could see it. We went down into the creek and they started pulling out rock, and they were finding granite like everywhere.
We were finding some cool
quartz.
rocks and stuff like that. So.
And but that's part of our problem is we're on top of a strip of granite that is like 2 miles, 3 miles wide, 2 miles deep and like 20 something miles long.
Well, welcome, Amanda. I hope you enjoy the live stream.
Suburban says I always grow fresh oregano and basil, but have enough dried to last the rest of my life. I know, right? That's part of it. Like, it's great to have it fresh, but then drying it out, you usually have so much.
You sprinkle the fennel seed on the pizza.
And use it for Italian sausage. I've never put fennel seed on a. I'll have to try that sometime.
Now that sounds different. You may have just changed the way we make pizza.
Yum.
We're gonna try that. The Tinker's Wife. And if we enjoy it, we'll make a video and we're gonna give you full credit for it.
Fennel with sausage, yeah. The fennel in the sausage is good on the pizza, yeah. So we'll have to try that. So.
Because we got a lot of wild fennel growing all over the place.
So it is now 9:00.
Right, but I want to talk about one thing real quick.
Hey, Heirloom Permaculture.
Real quick, and
I love you, sub.
and I want to get kind of serious for a second. And this is, how do I say this? We had our faith strengthened again last night. The Lord protected us last night.
Oh, yeah.
In a way that gives you goosebumps and makes you praise Him and love Him even more. When we went to bed last night, there was no storm in the area whatsoever. There was nothing. It was calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah.
When we woke up this morning,
everything seemed fine.
Everything seemed fine around here on our homestead.
Right. And I didn't tell you this, but like I get email notifications sometimes from Google whenever we have like a severe weather warning or something. And I had one on my phone, but I was like, sometimes we get those and it never really hits us. Like nothing happens. So I was like, whatever. And I just scrolled through it and deleted it, whatever.
Well, Robin went to go do the weekly grocery shopping, and she called me and she said, did you wake up from a storm last night? And I'm like, no. Did you? She's like, no. But the silo at the corner of the road is knocked over.
It's down.
There are trees down
in the road
everywhere. Yep. And I said, okay. I said, well, we'll go. And yeah, Two Family knows that big silo that's at the corner.
Right there is gone.
That's
it's down.
Locked in on concrete. On its side.
Yeah. And there were trees down. When you get closer towards the lake, there were trees down. They're everywhere.
Yes, your landmark.
They're all over, everywhere. And, like, they literally had to have because it's right there by where the what is that? Corps of Engineers. Down by the dam. They had them coming in and pulling out down trees and getting them off of the ground or off of the road and everything. I mean, it was bad. And when I went, because what Jason forgot to say is earlier in the morning, I actually ran down to the Dollar General to go because we were out of eggs, and our chickens are broody, so they're all sitting on everything we got. So I was like, well, just go move one. We're like, we don't know when the last time, like how long it's been. So we were like, we need to go ahead and just, I'll just go get some eggs. So on my way down there, it was like, there was tree limbs everywhere. Like up by the guide stones, there was debris and everywhere. And I was like, what happened? And then I got up to the Dollar General, and that's what they were talking about. They're like, that storm was really nasty last night. I'm like, what storm? We had no idea. So I had to tell Jason, I was like, y'all, there was a really bad storm. I said, we need to walk our fence lines because we could have very well had a tree down or something.
And so, Blaze went out and walked it. And we went out and walked it. And we didn't even have tiny branches down.
Mm-mm.
We got one branch down that was in that came from a sweet gum tree that landed in the pig pen, and the pigs just ate the leaves and stuff off of it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, we were trying to be honorary Okies.
And for it to knock over that silo, it had to be tornado type winds.
Well, and I didn't tell you this, but I saw on Facebook, Pam Tucker down in Augusta that shares a lot of stuff. Down in Augusta, they had a microburst that like went through, and like all this, you can see the traffic lights like spinning on the things and signs and all kinds of stuff moving. So we know that it went through this area, but we have no, we don't have any proof of it here on our homestead. So we're very grateful for that.
So
Life with Linda said, "Did y'all hear about Living Tradition's oldest daughter?"
No. But we just want to give thanks to God for protecting not only us, our children, our dogs, our livestock,
animals, everything.
our gardens,
our garden, like
our elderberries, our trees.
Yeah.
Everything
was good. Like I saw people whose corn was laid over. And, we didn't have anything. Ooh. Horrible, terrible.
Okay. Can you send us an email, Life with Linda, so we can get her up on the prayer wall?
Yeah.
Please.
Definitely.
Just like you guys, please continue to pray for single dad, his father. Everything is good, but he's still...
He's going to be sore,
He's going to be sore.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
he's probably going to put him down for a little while.
Yep. And so we just really want to...
We're so hard.
Praise God and thank the Lord for protecting us last night, because...
It could have been really bad.
It could have been really bad,
Yeah.
and who knows what would have happened, because we've got some big sweet gum trees by the house that could have
Thank you, Terry.
That could have done damage to the house. Could have came in, hit one of the girls, or even hit Blaze. And so, but it is after 9 o'clock, and so haven't seen Trip H, so I think they're not going on live. And I don't know of anybody else that is going on live after us. I know the Brassards were thinking about it. And then I know Oak Hill was thinking about it. So, I don't know. I can't kick it to anybody. I wish I was kicking it to Green Dream. Just saying. But we want to thank you guys for coming out tonight and supporting us, and we will do our best to try to get all the kinks out so we can get some videos out this week. And I think we're gonna do some videos in a little bit of a different sort of way.
Heirloom said they're getting closer to doing lives. That's good. I'm excited to see those.
Yep.
There's our email.
And so, all right, Robin and I want to remind you guys to plant smiles. Yeah.
Grow giggles.
And harvest some love. You guys remember to be kind to one another. You don't know what that person's going through. And most definitely recycle, repurpose, and reuse. Keep things out of the landfill and give wildlife a chance. Thank you.
All y'all that are going to be near any storms tonight, be careful, because I think we've got more coming this way too.
Yep. And if you have to evacuate, you've got our number. we always have an open gate policy. Just let us know you're coming, and we'll put you up. All right, guys. Y'all have a wonderful night, and we will see you next time.
Bye, y'all.